Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. I did a Q&A on my Instagram story asking anybody to ask me any sort of content creation, influencer, anything like that sort of question, how I got started, how you guys can get started, how I make money. Anyways, we're going to just dive right in, and if you want to be included in any Q&As in the future, make sure you're following me on Instagram. That's typically where I do like the little stories to participate. I am a rambler and I've already started this video and I went 30 minutes and my battery died and I didn't even answer the first question. So I'm going to be pretty quick with these. We're gonna try again. Probably the most asked question I got was tips for beginners. Where do I start? I want to do this. How did you start? So I'm going to start off with a few tips. First tip, and it kind of goes along with some more questions, is like, what type of content should I be making? And I think there's going to be a million different answers because everyone is so different. But the first thing I think you should ask yourself is, what's the type of content that I personally like to watch? Because let's say in a month or two down the road, you start gaining traction, you start gaining followers, and the videos you've been making, you just kind of make because you see that they're popular online, but that's not actually something you want to sit and edit every single day. So I do think you need to kind of, one, find your niche, post a bunch of different types of content in the very beginning and see what kind of grabs people's attention. But two, when you continue to make those types of videos, make sure it is something that you genuinely love to watch yourself. My second tip is, from the very beginning, be a little bit product focused. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't agree with that, but at least for me, as far as brand deals go, I know so many different creators that will make like lip syncing videos or more just like, I don't know, videos where they don't actually talk about products themselves. And a lot of brands down the road, they want to see how you can promote their products, and that's ultimately how you're going to be making money. So just keep that in the back of your mind, whether that's just in a makeup routine, in a hair care routine, talking about products you use in a day in the life vlog. Just try, as you're filming your video, to think about brands potentially seeing that video and seeing how they can fit into your content. And with that, another tip is to always tag the brands that you are using. Whether it's an outfit video, I will be tagging Set Active in my description below. I will also be tagging Dyson in my hair because I Dyson my hair. I will be tagging the furniture behind me. Anything I can do to get the brand's attention, I will be doing every single day. Again, I don't know if every creator is going to recommend this because it is free advertisement, but it's also in the back of my video. Either way, my followers are going to be asking either way. And no, I'm not sitting here doing a sponsored ad for anything in my video, but maybe the brand will see it and they'll be like, oh, she genuinely loves us and she's already talking about us and her followers already know that. So maybe she is someone that would be a great partner to work with in the future. Another tip I have is to make a list of videos, like I said, that you like making, and stick to making like 2 or 3 a day. I know you hear it all the time, but consistency is key, and it really is. If a brand stumbles upon just one of your videos and then they click on your page and they don't see any other content like that, then they probably won't work with you. You need to have a solid profile before anyone's going to follow you, want to work with you. So really work on building up your resume, tag those brands, get those videos out there. I also think trending audios is a great way to at least have bigger reach. I don't necessarily think you're going to gain a bunch of followers from a trending audio just because you can't add a lot of personality behind that. But I do think trending audios is a great way to at least get your face out there. So yeah, hopefully those are some good beginner tips. I have a lot more, but we need to keep going. I did get a lot of questions about management. When I started management, if I were to be like walking on the street and someone stops me and is like, when do you think I should have management? Like, what would be like my generic answer? Right off the bat, I think it's going to be different for everyone, but I feel like I would say anywhere between 5 to 10 brand deals or paid opportunities that you have taken on your own. After that, I feel like that's a pretty good time where you can reach out because you have branded experience, but now you just need help getting more brand deals. Any management company is going to want to know what you have already done, and if you don't have anything under your belt, it's going to be kind of a risk for them to sign you onto management because they do take a percentage of everything. I didn't sign with management until I was around 250K on my current TikTok account, not my old one. And like I said, I probably had worked with maybe 10, 15 brands at the time. I do think it is so different now though, because you have micro influencers and UGC creators, which is amazing, but also typically managers and agencies will take anywhere between 15 and up to 30% of whatever the brands are offering to pay you. So if you're not super overwhelmed with brand deals in the moment, or like you can handle that on your own, I do think you taking those emails will, one, be beneficial because you get 100% of whatever you're making, but two, it's just really good to understand the industry from all parts of it. So I definitely think you should take on some of those emails and brand deals by yourself before you reach out. If you do think you are ready for management, don't hesitate to reach out. They might not know who you are yet, but that's why you shoot your shot. Send them some TikToks, some Instagrams of some of your great performing brand deals, but also just some of your like really well performed organic content, so they can really like see what kind of content you post, and then they can hopefully find a good manager to fit you with. My very first management company did reach out to me and I signed with them. There were a lot of other management emails before, and I don't know what stood out necessarily besides my manager, like the girl who sent the email. It was just so sweet and I loved hopping on a call with her, but I do recommend talking to multiple different agencies and kind of call around and ask different questions on what percentage they take and what kind of brands that they work with. If they have any creators similar to you, how many influencers are under each manager, so you're not like pushed to the side. There's a bunch of different questions I feel like you need to ask, and I don't think you should just sign with the first management company that comes along. Anyways, I hope that helps. I don't know if that did, but managers are amazing. I love my current manager. I love my old manager. Like, it is such a great resource when you need it. But yeah, giving up 15% of every single brand deal ends up being a lot of money, but also I could not imagine negotiating contracts every single day, doing the back and forth emails every single day. That would just stress me out, and yeah, I'm very happy and very okay with paying 15% of everything to have my managers take care of the back end, so I can focus on interacting with my followers and actually making the branded content. Okay, someone asked specifically about affiliate marketing and what would I do if I was starting from scratch. I think a lot of brands are getting a lot more picky with affiliate marketing, but I think you need to sign up for ShopMy, you need to sign up for LTK, you need to sign up for Amazon influencers. Those are all free affiliate marketing programs. Some of them do have like different rules for being accepted, but even if you're under the following count, I think you should still try because it will not hurt you to try. Basically, what affiliate marketing is anytime someone shops your link or uses your code, you will be making a commission. Just like some sales associates at the mall will make a commission every time they sell a product, so will you. For example, these Stony Clover bags. I will have this linked down below. I do not have a discount code, but I can link it through ShopMy and I can link it through LTK. If I do that and you guys click my link and you completely purchase the product, I will make, I think Stony Clover's like 7% commission. So even though I'm not actively working with the brand, I can still make a few dollars from every single sale. And this will definitely help you get brand deals with those partners in the future, because now I can be like, hey, Stony Clover, like, look how many of these travel bags I sold. My followers love you. I love you. I can like prove to you that I can make these sales. Do you guys want to work together? And then hopefully I can get like a brand deal or some PR later down the road. Another thing that would not hurt is to message the brand directly and see if they have any affiliate partnerships. Typically, it will not hurt a brand in any way, shape, or form to give you a discount code where you can make money. Think about it. If a brand gives you a discount code, you are going to be so much more motivated to post about their products because you know you might be making, you know, a few quarters, a few pennies. They know that it is free advertisement. So typically brands will not really say no with affiliate partnerships. A lot of the time they do have quite a big roster, so it can be complicated for them to like manage it all, but I don't think it is ever bad to ask. Also, sorry if I keep looking because I have my little like video display here and then the camera's actually there. Anyways, as far as affiliate marketing goes, I think you should reach out and apply to as many as possible. LTK, ShopMy, and Amazon being the biggest because it really just includes almost every single brand possible. How did I personally start doing social media? So back during COVID, I was working at Chick-fil-A and I made a viral video about a Chick-fil-A like secret item, and that video did really well. And then I also started doing a bunch of different hauls and Amazon products. In my mind, I was in the Amazon affiliate program, so I knew if I sold 100 pairs of earrings, I could maybe make $20. And as a broke college student, that was great for me. I even had like family members or other people in college asking me like where things were from anyways, so it was super convenient to just make a TikTok video about it and share a link and make some money. And it took me a really long time, you guys. I think a lot of people think that influencers just become an influencer in a day, but truly they probably were making content for 6 months to a year to 2 years before they were actually like doing it as a full-time job. I did have a bunch of different goals before I went full-time and before I ever quit, and there were a few brands on that list that I really wanted to work with. There was also like, obviously, if I could make X amount of dollars in a month, then I feel like my time would be spent better at home doing brand deals and talking on TikTok than it was taking orders at Chick-fil-A. Yeah, it was really such a surreal moment when I was able to do that. I started posting on TikTok frequently like 6 months before I quit my job, and then I definitely just went like all in. Given I was still a college student, so it wasn't like I was making a lot at Chick-fil-A and like stepping back from like an amazing salary or a corporate role. But yeah, it did take me a long time to get started, and I just started posting anything that I thought was interesting, anything that I liked editing, whether it's just like videos with my friends. Again, at work, I would film TikToks at Chick-fil-A all the time because I was bored. But if you're someone who asked me one of these questions and said, I don't know where to start, just start. Like, there's not ever going to be a guide of what type of content is going to do well for you specifically. So you need to start by posting a bunch of different type of content and then see how those do with your specific followers, because it will be different for everyone. All right, next up is how to build your confidence. And I wish I had some great, advice for you on that. But truly, just remember, you are the only opinion that matters in your life. And if you want to start content creation, then go ahead. If someone wants to make fun of you or send your video to another friend, or I don't even know all of the different things that could happen, they are not your friend and they are not to be in your life. Like, they're not meant to be in your life. And I just always have to remind myself of that. If anyone is being negative towards me, I'm making money while doing this. They're making money while doing something else. And the number one thing that always helps me is no content creator who has started from the bottom and grown is ever going to criticize you for starting, because we all had to start somewhere. And I hope you remember that, and maybe that gives you a little boost of confidence. But just remember, if someone wants to make fun of you for trying to make money online, then that's on them, and they are people that don't deserve you, and you should probably just cut them out of your life. What is the best way to get brand deals? I will keep this plain and simple, but make sure to tag brands in everything that you do. If you're posting an Instagram story about, going to the beach, make sure you're tagging what swimsuit you have, what beach chair you have, what cover up you have. Make sure to tag them, because they want to work with creators that genuinely love and use their products. And I will say probably 60 to 80% of the brand deals that I get is because I've already tagged the brand before. And then as far as like reaching out to the brands, I have managers, and so they obviously will reach out, but I love to message them on Instagram so they can see my account and other content that I've posted, instead of just like an email and a link to my account. I feel like it's a lot more personable, and I personally think it's more successful, but I know a lot of creators will just have their managers reach out. A lot of questions about taxes, actually, which I am not the best to ask about this, but I have an accountant. First thing is, all of my brand deals get paid to my management. So I may work with 100 brands in a year, but it's not 100 different tax documents. It's only one from my management. It does get a little bit complicated, because then I will have, some sort of tax document from all of the different like affiliates that I use, PayPal, LTK, all of that stuff. I feel like it's easier for me now because I started with like something so small as far as taxes go, and then the next year, I grab like a few more documents and a few more brands and all of that stuff. But truly, having a management does make my taxes a lot easier. And then I have one specific card for expenses, and then I make sure to keep all of those receipts. But yeah, it is complicated, and honestly, my accountant is so confused too, because I have to be like, well, I just post videos online and then I make money, and sometimes brands will pay me to post about their products, and then they give me the products for free, or sometimes I have to buy the products, and they're like, huh? I'm clearly doing okay. How did you get past the fear of your friends/family judging you? I feel like this is very similar to the question about gaining confidence. If my friend or family is going to judge me for posting content, they are not a good friend and not a good family member. That's how I say it in my mind, and I hope that that's how you look at it. If someone wants to ridicule you for doing anything, even if it's not posting online, like, that is just not a supportive person, and that's not someone that I'm gonna have in my corner. And if they want to make fun of me, they can make fun of me. And if I had family and friends that did make fun of me, look at me now. I don't know. I hope that's helpful. I don't know if that's sounding overly confident, cocky, conceited, but truly, something that helps me whenever I'm getting made fun of or have negative comments online. They are never someone who is doing better than me at what I'm doing. I have never had a content creator make fun of me. I have never had another influencer make fun of me. All influencers have started from the bottom. I think everyone who's watching this video, because I know you're watching it because you want to start content creation, should do it. How do you get views? Is there a way to know how to target your audience? So on everyone's social media platform, you can click on your analytics and it'll tell you what age group you are promoting to, not promoting to, but just like what age group is watching you, what time of day is like your followers are most active. And I think looking at your analytics is a great way to start to just help like maximize your content in any way. So typically I will post any content I think will do well and want to do well between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. That's just what my account says, and yours could be completely different. But let me tell you, if I knew a way to get views and if it was just as simple as like a mathematical equation, okay, those aren't very simple, but if I had a guideline, if you post at this time of day and you post this type of content, you'll get 1 million views, I would be doing it. Getting views is so difficult because the algorithm is constantly changing. So unfortunately, I do not have any tips for you. I think stick with trends, stick with things that are currently being talked about. You know, the TikTok ban is being talked about, and so I have picked up a few trending audios about that, and that's what I'm posting, and those seem to do pretty well, and they're pretty like low effort on my end. But I also want to remind you that views does not equal success, and followers does not equal success. So just keep that in mind. Yes, views is great and it's going to help you reach a larger audience, but as far as making money, views is not always going to be the thing to do that for you. What video made me go viral? I have never had like one viral video that just like gained a bunch of followers. And I feel like that is very, very rare in the influencer scene. I think there might be like a series or like things that you might be like known for. I used to be known for a lot of Amazon content. I would get stopped all the time, be like, I love your Amazon finds. Obviously DHK content was very popular. So there is a bunch of different things that I feel like people recognize me by, but I don't think it's just going to be one viral video that's going to blow up and someone's going to instantly have a following unless you're like Charlie D'Amelio. But those are very far and few, and like it does not happen as often as you think. Someone asked how I manage iPhone storage and like how I edit. There's a lot of different questions on that. So if I'm editing a TikTok, I either film it on the TikTok app and edit over there, or I will film it on my iPhone on the back camera, and I like to edit in Splice or in CapCut. Those are two very easy, user-friendly ones. For YouTube content, I edit on my laptop and I use Final Cut Pro. That's basically all I use. If I'm ever doing a picture, I like to use the Teza app. So that is how I edit my videos. As far as iPhone storage, I just gotta pray. I always buy the iPhone with the most amount of storage, and then anytime I'm like on a plane or I just have any sort of downtime, I will go back and delete things. Just try to clean out that iCloud storage as frequently as possible. Someone asked, does more than one social media platform have to have a certain amount of following before management? Like I said, I don't think there's like a following limit. I just think it's more of like an experience thing, and if brands work with you, you could be a micro influencer with 10,000 followers and have multiple brand deals. You could also be someone who has a lot of followers on TikTok and has never done a brand deal, and a management would rather sign with a micro influencer that has more experience than with someone with 200,000 followers on TikTok but just posts like random, more like virally content. I don't know. I hope that helps. Someone said, just give us a hint about what a brand deal pays and how the pay is usually structured. I charge $7,000 for a TikTok video. Now, that does not mean I make $7,000. My management will take anywhere between 15 to 20% of that. Obviously, I have to pay taxes on that. Sometimes I even have to pay for the product in the video. Sometimes a brand will reimburse me for that. But also keep in mind, that is what my highest pitch starts at, and then my managers will negotiate. Sometimes a brand will come to me and be like, we can pay you $800. And I'll be like, okay, well, knowing my rates, it should be somewhere around 7,000, and then they negotiate and maybe it'll end up around 1,500 and not be anywhere near $7,000. Most of the time, it is not anywhere near $7,000, but that is just for the video or the content itself. I'm just talking about TikToks. Then you have Instagram stories, that's a different rate. You have an Instagram reel, that's a different rate. And then if a brand ever wants to use your video as an ad, I typically charge them 20% of whatever they are paying for the actual video itself. So it can honestly gauge. It can be as low as $1,000. It can be as high as $20,000. Okay, it might be, but that's not very common. Typically, my highest paid brand deals have a lot of ads, a lot of boosting. It has more than one TikTok. It has an Instagram story. It has an Instagram reel. And then as far as pay structure, a brand will not pay you until the video is live and they need to see your analytics. So you typically have to send them behind the scenes screenshots of how the video performed, and then in the contract it'll normally be net 30, net 60, net 90, so anywhere between 1 month to 3 months after the video is officially posted that you will actually get paid out. They do pay my management and then my managers pay me, so that also takes a little bit longer. What platforms do you make the most from? Someone said, I hope this is appropriate to ask. So TikTok is my #1 source of income. If we're looking at brand deals, definitely TikTok. Obviously I dabble in Instagram stories and Instagram reels. I have never had a brand deal on YouTube, but manifesting that, I hope to. But I do make money off of YouTube views, maybe around $50 to $100 a month, so nothing crazy over there. As far as TikTok goes, brand deals, hit or miss. I could have a really high month, I could have a really low month, it just depends. As far as the social media and like how it's paid for views, TikTok is definitely my highest, anywhere between $800 to I think the most I've ever been paid a month in views on TikTok is around like $2,500. Sometimes it's more if I have like a super viral video, but you typically get paid $1 per every 1,000 of views. Is that right? Let me pull up some stats. TikTok's not gonna pay you for just any video you post. It cannot be a TikTok shop video and it has to be over 60 seconds. So I'm gonna pull up a video that I posted recently that actually did pretty well. I don't know if you saw it, but it was like, PSA, make your Valentine's Day reservation now. It got like 1.3 million views. Let me see what that actually paid me. That one, pretty good. So out of the 1.3 million views, only 669,000 were qualified views, which means people had to watch it for over 5 seconds and they couldn't like dislike or engage in a negative way with the video. I don't know how TikTok calculates that, but I got paid 79 cents per 100,000 views or per 1,000 view. So I got paid $530 in views on just that video. So I probably will have a good payout. The last month's TikTok is available if it even comes through, but hopefully that kind of explains the content. So if you see a creator post a video over a minute and it gets over 1 million views, it's probably around $500 depending on the creator. And also some creators aren't in the TikTok creator fund. I personally am. I don't see any negative effects with it. TikTok for me is personally where I make the most money, but I do know that YouTube and YouTube Shorts pays higher per view, and then Instagram and Instagram Reels does not pay anything for views, which stinks. And then as far as brand deals go as well, I would rank it, TikTok is where I get the most brand deals, then Instagram, and then I've never had a brand deal on YouTube, so that one falls short. Do I have a favorite type of video to create? It is when I get to bring you guys along for an interesting day, when I have friends and family in town, if I'm going to the beach, if I have a lot of like appointments, if I have my eyebrows, my hair, my nails. That is really, really fun for me. I also love taking you guys along when I go shopping and while I'm setting up for hosting. Those are definitely some of my favorite ones. How do you come up with new ideas to post about? I don't ever sit and like brainstorm my content. It's just typically maybe like a new product that I got that I want to film. I definitely take inspiration from a lot of other creators. If I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see an empties video, I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to film an empties video. I try my best to give credit where credit is due. And then sometimes I'll just be sitting and I'll be doing something, maybe something funny, maybe some sort of errand, maybe, I don't know. And I'll just be like, I should probably film that on TikTok and bring you guys along. My mind is constantly thinking about what content should be made because it's my job. So I don't have like some amazing way that I think about new ideas, but typically it's just what I see, what I think as the day goes on, then I'll just bring my little phone with me and film what I'm doing and post it online. I feel like I'm improving and then it slows down. How do I find my community? One tip I can give you is to interact with that community. Maybe that's asking them questions in every single video. Make sure you're responding to comments, respond to DMs. If you are able to create a real relationship with a follower, I think that's going to go so far. Then that person's going to recommend you to other people. They're going to continue to engage with your content. And then people who maybe watch and follow other content similar to that follower of yours, they might be getting pushed your video and see their comment. Anyways, the algorithm is crazy, but just interact with as many people as possible because they will really appreciate it. What camera do I use? For TikTok, I am always filming on my iPhone. This is the newest iPhone 16 Pro Max. I do have the G7X, which is nice because it's a little bit smaller and compact. If I ever do want to film for YouTube, I will bring that one out, or this one. It's honestly not that much bigger. It's the Canon EOS. I literally need to go read it from the top. This one is the Canon EOS M50 Mark II. I think I said that right. I'll put a picture on screen and I'll have it linked down below. This is my favorite camera for vlogging because it tracks my face really well and it stays focused on my face, whereas the G7X and other cameras I have tried before will just like zoom in and zoom out on weird things behind me, and sometimes I'll be filming and I won't even realize that it's blurry. This has really, really great autofocus, and then I also feel like the colors and the lighting is very true to what it looks like, so I don't have to do a lot of editing to the color, if any. I normally don't, but if for some reason like the sun came out right now and shined really bright, if I was filming, I could adjust that pretty easily without tampering like the quality of the video. Plus I can film for 30 minutes at a time. It does have a flash, and what else do I like about this camera? It's pretty small. Like, it's not too big. I have a good lens that can be pretty compact. It's not super heavy. I really do love this camera for vlogging if you ever want to get into that. How do you get involved with PR lists? A lot of the time, a brand will see me post about their content and they will respond to my tag, and then you can either ask them. Typically they'll ask you. I get a lot of emails asking for PR. My management will have brands reaching out and be like, do you have any beauty influencers? Do you have any lifestyle influencers that would be interested in this PR? But don't be afraid to ask for PR. I mean, I don't typically ask a lot of places for PR because I don't know, sometimes it does feel a little bit weird, but if I genuinely love a brand, for example, I'm going to Australia next month, there are a lot of brands where I'm like, hey, I truly love your products. I am running low, or I would love some travel minis. Do you guys have any gifting opportunities? Do you guys have any like brand deal partnerships open? Like, I would love to work with you guys. And typically from that, they will offer you a gifting. I'm trying to think of how I went about asking for PR when I was a smaller creator, because it really does help open up so many avenues. A lot of people just think it's free stuff for influencers, which it's great to have the product, but the brand really does get so much in return. They get a PR haul, they have that product in your makeup bag, and you may use it in 10 different makeup videos in the future. So I think just be completely honest, talk to the brand, be very personable, say what products you love from them, and say you want to try out some more. Say you'll make sure to tag them if you ever post about it organically. Mention you're a smaller influencer and you really want to get into makeup. Like, just be completely honest, and then ask them if they have any gifting opportunities. Sometimes they might require a post in exchange, and then that's up to you if you feel like that's worth it. But now typically PR lists, since I have my email in my bio, will get sent there, and then I will either respond with my address and the product that I would like, or I don't if that's not something that I feel like I need. How are you going to handle the TikTok shutdown if it happens? Will it be hard for you? You guys, the whole reason I'm filming this TikTok video, or this YouTube video, is because I had an anxiety attack earlier today, and I just need to talk to someone, and all of my friends are busy, and Dallin is at work, and I consider you guys some of my closest friends. Yeah, no, I'm not doing well. I don't know if you can tell, my voice just cracked a little bit, but it is a super emotional thing. Like, this has been my job for 3 years. Like, it's not just a social media platform or TikTok. I mean, that is like a huge part of it as well, but I'm quite literally losing my job. And like, if that happens, and even if it doesn't happen, for the last 3 weeks, like, brand deals, radio silent. I have a few brand deals lined up because they were like a 6-month contract, but I have no fresh brand deals pending and no future income, which is so terrifying. It is just the way it goes, and I think a lot of people have been making me feel a little more anxious about it than others. I've had a lot of people be like, it won't happen, like, God works in mysterious ways, what will be, and I'm like, guys, I'm losing my job. Like, if it was anyone else who's not doing content creation and they were losing their job, we would be sending flowers to their house, taking them to dinner, making sure they are okay. And I just think because social media is such like a foreign job to some people, like, it's just like a hard thing to wrap your mind around. I think people aren't as sensitive to it as, I mean, I would personally like. I think we have to make jokes, and we always knew social media wasn't like the most reliable source of income, but it is a source of income for a lot of people, and it is a super scary thing. So thank you for even watching this far in this YouTube video. Truly, it does mean so much that you are still here following me on another platform. I am prepared for it to go away mentally. I hope it doesn't. And yeah, I plan on continuing to post on YouTube and Instagram and still doing, you know, content creation over there, but TikTok is my main platform. It is where I make the most money, and that being gone is not something that I want to happen, clearly. Someone said, do you ever regret starting it, losing your account, the hate, uncertainty, the money, etc.? I have never regretted doing social media. I've always known it's been the biggest blessing. I know so many people want to be in a similar spot, so to regret it, I definitely never have. As far as the hate and the negativity go, it definitely takes a toll on me. I mean, I'm a human, I'm an emotional person. I try to not look at hate, and I am very grateful that I have a pretty positive page, especially compared to some other content creators out there. But in those times when I know I'm a little bit more down in the dumps or a little more emotional or sad, I will do my best to just not look at comments or DMs or anything like that. Reddit is another thing. Like, I will not go on there. I don't know if anything's being said about me. I don't want to know if there is. I don't want my friends to tell me or my family to tell me. Like, I literally do not want to know. I'm the kind of person that wants to protect her peace. I don't want to hurt my own feelings by Googling my name online and seeing what hate is out there about me. I don't know why I would do that. Like, it will just hurt my feelings. Either way, it's going to be said. So if I look at it, I am going to hurt my feelings. And if I don't look at it, I'm going to be in the same state I was before I looked. So that's kind of how I deal with hate online. As far as the uncertainty in money made, I definitely waited until I was at like a spot where I felt very confident in the money being made on social media when I like quit my job. But also I still am very young and there's a lot of opportunity. And if something happens, you know, I know that there are a lot of great relationships I made with different brands, like other things like that, where I can always go back to a job I worked before. I think the pros outweighed the cons, and they still do. So this is still something I want to do full time. But yeah, it definitely is uncertain, and some months I put in a lot more effort to get brand deals and to work with more brands, or I work harder on affiliate content or other things like that, just to, you know, try to hit a minimum per month that I set in my head to, you know, pay the bills. But yeah, definitely have never regret it. How did you learn how to edit and teach yourself? What do you edit with? I already talked about what I edit with, but yeah, it's just definitely a learning curve and trial and error. And yeah, you can watch a lot of tutorials on YouTube if you want to do something a little bit more technical, a little more crazy. But I feel like my videos that I make are very simple to edit and to film. And yeah, I don't do anything crazy. What is your typical day like? So I wake up and I get ready for a workout class, and I will do some sort of social media update, film something. And then after that, I come back, I check all of my emails. I need to clean out my inbox. I will talk to my managers, touch base with them, make sure I don't have anything that needs to be posted or due that day. And if there is, that's like the first thing I handle. I will film whatever needs to be due, edit, make edits if I've already submitted something and brands need changes. And then yeah, if anything needs to be posted, I will typically either post it. I try to post in the afternoon because I'm on the East Coast, and I feel like brand deals do better then. But yeah, lots of filming and editing and emails, and that's honestly what takes up most of my day. In the evening around like 3 or 4, things start to slow down. Sometimes I have busier days than other. If I have different appointments, like I want to get my eyebrows done or my nails done, then obviously that will be in the middle of the day and things will get pushed. But around 5 p.m., which not today, it's 5:40 and I'm still working, which is totally fine. That was not meant to be like, try being an influencer for a day. But every day is different. Sometimes I have a lot more content in my mind. Today I went to a coffee shop for 3 hours and busted out like emails and things for my website and my blog. Like, those are things that not are on the back burner, but they're just like my least favorite things to do. Oh my gosh, the battery is flashing. We have to keep going. Last one is from my manager, and she said, why is your manager so cool? And you guys, I truly do love my managers and my management company and my old manager and my old management company. If she's watching this, Alicia and Delaney, I love you too. But yeah, that I hope help gives you some sort of inspiration, answer some of your questions. I need to edit this now and post this, and I love you guys. And if you came from TikTok, seriously, thank you so much. Like I said, I've been very anxious about everything, and I know things will be okay, but that doesn't mean it's not frustrating or hard or difficult. So I appreciate you guys being here. Please, please, please leave some suggestions down below of YouTube videos you guys would like to see. And I love you all, and I hope you guys have a good week. And if you guys have any more questions, ask me down below. Yeah, I was too slow. I grabbed a new battery to say I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we will have another YouTube video up here soon. Should we make out?